with Tao. Feel thoughts within. Mirza Ghalib uses the word मज़ामी for thoughts. आते हैं ये मज़ामी ख्याल में ग़ैब से. All thoughts come from an unknown realm that is known as आलम-ए-ग़ैब. Close your eyes and feel in a comfortable position. Feel the thoughts. There is a continuous flow of thoughts, a continuum, a flux. A river of thoughts is flowing. Feel these thoughts. Feel these thoughts. Feel their presence. And the more you feel, the more will be revealed to you. Layers upon layers of thoughts. Not only thoughts that are just on the surface, instead, thoughts behind also. Behind them, there are more thoughts. And behind them, there are still more thoughts, layers upon layers. And the technique says, feel my thoughts. And we go on saying, these are my thoughts. But feel, are they really yours? Feel, are these really yours? Can you say this thought is mine? The more you feel, the less will it be possible for you to say that these thoughts are mine. They are all borrowed. They all come from outside. As Mirza Ghalib says, आलम-ए-ग़ैब. आते हैं ये मज़ामी ख़याल में ग़ैब से. गालिब नबाए शरोज़ शरीर खामा है. When the pen moves on the paper, there is a sound. This sound is of that angel that keeps on allowing the thoughts to come within. The more you feel, the less will it be possible for you to say the thoughts are mine. They are all borrowed. They are all from outside. They have come to you, but they are not yours. And we consider this our thoughts. And there is a whole gamut of copyright issues because of that. No thought is yours. Just dust gathered. Even if you cannot recognize the source from where the thoughts come to you, no thought indeed is yours. If you try hard, you can find from where these thoughts come to you. The only amidst the background of the thoughts is silence, and that silence is yours. No one has given it to you. You are born with it, and you will die with this silence. Thoughts have been given to you. They are floating in that silence. You have been conditioned to them. If you are a Hindu, you have a different type, a different set of thoughts. And if you are a Muslim, of course, a different type of thoughts will arise. so on and so forth. A communist will have a different set of thoughts, a Christian will have a different set of thoughts. They have been given to you, and now you have taken them voluntarily, but indeed no thought is yours. If you feel the presence of thoughts that exist as crowd, you can feel this also, they are not yours. The crowd has come in, it has gathered around you, and it does not belong to you. And if this can be felt, that no thought is mine, only then you can throw the mind away. If they are yours, and you will defend them, and the very feeling that this thought is mine will remain attached. Then I'll give you the roots. Then I give you the roots in myself. Then I become the soil, and the thoughts remain within me. If anything that I can see is not mine, is immediately uprooted, then I am not attached to it. The feeling of mine creates the attachment, and you think the thoughts are yours. You can fight for your thoughts, and this is what has been happening. You can even become a martyr for your thoughts, or you can become a killer, a murderer for your thoughts. But really thoughts are not yours. What is behind the thoughts is silence, is your consciousness. The consciousness is yours, but no thought is yours. It is like the Wi-Fi is not yours. Anyone can use that Wi-Fi once one has the password. But whatever the message comes, there is one Wi-Fi in a house, in a business place, different people are using. So Wi-Fi is the ground, and everybody is using the Wi-Fi to receive their messages. The message is theirs, but the Wi-Fi is not theirs. So consciousness is yours, but thoughts are not yours. And why this will help? Because if you can see thoughts are not yours, then nothing is yours, because thoughts is the root of everything. The house is mine, and the property is mine, the family is mine. These are all outer things. Deep down, the thoughts are mine. Only if thoughts are mine, all these things, the substructure will also be mine. If thoughts are not mine, then nothing matters, because this too is a thought, that you are my wife, you are my husband. This too is a thought. This is my child, that is your child. And if basically thoughts itself are not mine, then how can the husband be mine? How can the wife be mine? Thoughts are uprooted, then the whole world is uprooted, the outer world. Then you can live in the world, but the world will not be living within you. Khalil Gibran in Prophet speaks through Prophet Al-Mustafa. A woman comes, Al-Mitra asks, Master, what about love and children? He says about love, let there be distance in love. And children are born through you. You are the passage. You walk through the door, you walk out through the door. Children are born through you, not from you. You are the passage for children to be born. You are the mechanism for children to be born. Give them your love, but not your mind. But we do the otherwise. You can, if thoughts are not uprooted, the whole world is within you. Then you can move to mountains, you can move to caves, you can move to any place, monasteries. But if you think that your thoughts are yours, you have not moved a single inch. The very feeling that no thought is mine, you don't need to go anywhere. Wherever you are, that's where the monastery is, that's where the temple is, that's where the mountain is, that's where the cave is. Sitting with thoughts floating on the inner sky, you may be anywhere. But the world, the thoughts will be within you. You carry your thoughts to the mountains or wherever you go. Have you ever observed? You have the problem with your boyfriend or girlfriend. You are disturbed. There is a thought going on in your mind. All kind of thoughts that this person has betrayed you, or that one has done this thing, or so on and so forth. You go to the temple, you go to the church, and you go to somewhere else. Do you feel relaxed there? Because you are carrying the world of thoughts with you and wherever you go. When your thoughts are being uprooted or uprooting, then do you have to go anywhere else from where you are? Wherever you are at peace. The same house from where you was planning to escape because there was no peace in that place. Now, is there disturbance in that house, in that place? Because a change has taken place. You have realized that these thoughts are not mine. They come to me. It is like we are in a flight. We have a passenger sitting next to me. For 12 or 14 hours, we are together, chatting, discussing, speaking to one another. You are traveling in a cab or in a train for a certain number of hours. We develop a relationship. Instead of relating, we develop a relationship. We take everybody's address and this and that. And now we have the smartphones. We click the photographs, we take selfies, and we save the phone numbers. There are the religious tourism in India specifically. There is a group that is taking you on all the holy places that are mentioned in the Hindu scripture Ramayana. So 17 or 18 days tour. The people are for 18 days staying together. They are sharing their presence with one another, food, taxis, cabs, hotels, all are together. But after the tour is over, they take the addresses and try to maintain the relationship. But long time, there was no such thing. I recall when first time I traveled from New York to Tokyo. It was a 14 hours non-stop flight. So my daughter was small, about 4 years or 3 years. So when the air hostess comes offering the tea or coffee, so they have a tea, coffee. So my daughter started doing the same, imitating, and on the nearby there was a Japanese family sitting down who has the young daughters. So they developed affinity towards my daughter. They played with her and everything. But because we did not have the so-called convenience of smartphone, no address was taken, no phone numbers was taken, because even if we had taken the phone numbers, there was no need. We shared certain moments for 14 hours. We enjoyed it. We lived those moments totally. And at the end of the journey, we bye-bye, finished. But now, because we have a smartphone, we do not want to live harmoniously. Instead, we take selfies. We take selfies on the special occasions, Valentine Day, birthday, this and that, share thing, and after that, we part. So, if your heart is broken, you are disturbed, and in that state, carrying the thoughts that your spouse has betrayed you, or you have gone to the temple or the church or the monastery, do you get the solace? You leave the house, but the real house is not the outer. The real house is inner. The inner house is built of the blocks that are thoughts. It is not the outer house which is important. It is the house that you built with the blocks of thoughts. So this is strange, but this happens every day. I see persons left the world but are still remain a Hindu or Muslim or a Christian. He becomes a renunciate, but he remains a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian. What does this mean? He renounces the world but does not renounce the thought process. Sannyas is, or the renunciation or the way of inner life is renouncing the thought process. You have started the spiritual life, but you are still Hindu, you are Muslim or Christian. You have to renounce that aspect. If you can see that no thought is yours, and you will see, because you will be the seer, the one who sees it, and the thoughts will become the objects. Then you silently are looking at the thoughts. Thoughts will be the objects and you will be the looker. And slowly, as this process continues, the process of witnessing begins. You will be the seer, the witness, and thoughts will be flowing towards you. You are sitting like the river. You are watching the river flowing. So you are sitting on the bank of the inner river where thoughts are flowing. And if you can look deeply and feel deeply, you will see that there is no roots. Thoughts are floating like clouds in the sky. Does cloud has any roots? They have no roots in you. They come and go. You are just a victim, and you unnecessarily become identified with these thoughts that are floating, and you consider these as your thoughts. When I look at the people who post, so whenever a post is posted which appeals to your thought process, comments comes in. But if it does not agree with your thought process, no comments comes from that person, and the person will not look at that either. There are people who are followers of Lalaji. The moment a picture of Lalaji goes, immediately many words like Koti Koti Naman, Gurdev this, Gurdev that. But if it is a Nanak is posted, nothing. If Kabir is posted, nothing happens. And then you consider yourself to be spiritual. It cannot happen. And if you look deeply, and deeply that there is no roots, thoughts are just floating like clouds in the sky, and they have no roots, they come and go, and you just remain a victim to that, you unnecessarily become identified with them. About every cloud that passes by your house, you say, "This is my cloud." Thoughts are like clouds in the sky of your inner sky of your consciousness. They go on passing, and you go on clinging to each one. You say, "This is mine," and then the legal system supports it, says that this is copyright issues. These thoughts are yours and there is a copyright over it. You say, "This is mine," and this is only a vagrant cloud that is passing, and it will pass. Go in your childhood. You had certain thoughts, and if you used to cling to them and you used to say that these were your thoughts, then childhood disappears, and with that childhood those clouds also disappeared. Now you do not even remember. Then you were young. Again the clouds floated on the inner sky, and you were attached when you were young. And now and then you started clinging to them. Now you are old, and those thoughts are no more there. You do not even remember all the thoughts, and they were so significant to you then. But now you do not remember. Now you can laugh at those nonsense that once were your thoughts, and you were clinging to them, and for which you were ready to die. You could become a martyr for them. Now you are ready to give now you are not ready to give even a single penny for them. They do not belong to you now. Now those clouds have gone and disappeared. Clouds go on changing, but your clinging never changes. In childhood, you cling to the thoughts that was floating. That is the problem. And it is not only when you are no longer a child, they will change. Your thoughts as a child was different. Now during the youth, the thoughts are different. So your clinging to the thoughts continues. In the childhood, you cling to certain thoughts. As a youth, you cling to another set of thoughts. As an adult, you cling to another set of thoughts, and so on and so forth. The technique is feel. Be established in the feeling first. Then my thoughts. Look at that thought which you have always called as yours, my thought. Established in feeling, look at the thought. The word my disappears. It is a thought, but not my thought. What Ghalib says, आते हैं ये मज़ामी ख्याल में गैब से, गालिब नवाए शरोश शरीर खामा है. This is one of his most beautiful composition. So first, my disappears, and then thoughts disappears. And you are established in the feeling, looking at the thought, my disappears. My is the trick, because out of many my's, out of many me's, I evolves. Out of the roots of mine, me, my, I evolves. This is mine. This is my. Out of many roots of many minds, many my's, I evolves. The root of I is my, mine. Understand this. We will continue on this in the next session, which will be next week, Saturday. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.